what is this Bombs calorimeter? Why we need to conduct this experiment or a Bombs calorimeter is to find out the calorific value of the given oil. The given oil, what we are going to give is a diesel oil. So first we come to the aim of the experiment. So to determine the calorific value of the diesel oil using that is an instrument or equipment we can call it as that is a Bombs calorimeter. So operators used there's a thermometer we need to use, then stirrer to balance the temperature, and a pulley and a crucible and electric supply we need. Next is observation part. Coming to observation part, what are the things we are going to take for this conduct this experiment? Fuel we are going to take is that is a high speed diesel oil, and then amount of the fuel taken is a 0.8 grams. So amount of the fuel we are going to take is a 0.8 grams. Next is the capacity of the heat capacity of the calorimeter. With the calorimeter we are going to select that the capacity we should know that is a 3.217 kilojoules per degree centigrade is the capacity we are going to take. So heat capacity of the water. So 9.218 kilojoules per degree centigrade is the heat capacity of the water. Then how much water you are going to collect is 1800 degrees Celsius is the water we are going to collect. Next, weight of the empty crucible. We are going to take the crucible. The crucible weight we should know that is a 14.16 grams. Okay. Next is the observation part we are discussing. So initial temperature we have to note down. Initial temperature is a T1 degree centigrade, that is 25.9 degree centigrade, and the initial temperature at what temperature it is going to ignite, that is 27.2 degree centigrade, that is the initial temperature. Next is the maximum temperature. So maximum temperature is T3, that is 30.05 degree centigrade is the maximum temperature. So in this case we are going to carry out the experiment in three phases. First phase is the before ignition, what happens. So before ignition, for 5 minutes you have to take 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90, that 300 seconds you have to take. So for 5 minutes, so you are going to note down the temperature 25.9 is constantly it's going to maintain. So that is the temperature is going to constant. Up to 5 minutes the temperature whatever you have noted down that is the same thing, that is a 25.9. So initial temperature is 25.9. Start igniting the fuel up to the 300 seconds, that is a 5 minutes. So we are going to maintain the temperature. If you observe the same temperature is going to maintain till 5 minutes or 300 seconds. So at the ignition again we are going to carry out the process, that is the time we are going to take 30 seconds, next is 60 seconds, 90 seconds till 480 seconds we are going to carry out the experiments. At the same time we have to note down the temperature 27.2, 28.8, 29.3 like that up to we will get a 30.05 is the temperature. Till that we are going to maintain at the ignition. After ignition what happens? So same as usual time we are going to take every 30 minutes we are going to note down the time still 240. So why we need to after ignition? After ignition is so in order to balance the heat after ignition when the oxygen is ignited with the there is a diesel which are taken inside of the box. So the temperature will be more. In order to reduce the temperature, what we are going to do is we are going to keep on reducing the we are going to let for the cool so that just note down the temperature. So up to for 240 when you will get at 240 degree 240 seconds. So just observe the radiation temperature. So it is a temperature heat volt which is a volt that is going to reduce. It keep on cooling. So up to 29 point you will get a 20 constant. Steady state you will get 29.09. Similarly here also 29.09 or 29 or 29 like that. You will get the constant or a stable temperature you are going to get. So till that we are going to carry out. When you get a 29.0 or a 29.0, whenever the whatever that is the temperature, that is the constant temperature you get. So that day we are going to stop the process. So this is about how we are going to conduct this Bombs. Show you how you are going to conduct this experiment. Okay. First, what we have to do is empty crucible weight we are going to measure. The crucible what is showing is that is empty crucible. That weight we have to measure. Okay, that is the first steps what we are going to do it on a Bombs calorimeter. Okay. So it is showing you what is the weight of this thing crucible. It is showing. After that, next after measuring this empty crucible, we need to pour a diesel of 0.8 grams. Diesel 0.8 grams of diesel we are going to pour into the crucible. Along with the diesel, that is which we have taken 0.8 gram, we have to measure. So now we have a crucible, empty crucible. For empty crucible, after measuring the weight of the empty crucible, you have to add a diesel. So how much diesel we are going to pour it into this empty crucible is 0.8 gram. So along with the empty crucible plus weight of the diesel oil, we are going to measure. That is the second step what we are going to do in a BOMS calorimeter. The third step what he is doing is connect the fuse wire. That is this fuse wire is inside that BOMS box. We have to open the BOMS box, disassemble the BOMS box so that we can observe the fuse wire. That fuse wire what is showing is that we are going to connect into the BOMS. So we are going to dip that fuse wire into the diesel. The diesel 0.8 grams of diesel which we have taken it in a crucible. In that we are going to fuse that wire. So that is the third steps what we are going to do. What he is showing us, he has we are inserted a fuse wire into the diesel and he is going to assemble the fuse wire plus crucible inside the BOMS box. You just observe how he is going to fit that BOMS box fuse wire inside a BOMS box. So this is a procedure what he is going to do. That is the 4 steps. He is tightly fix the fuse wire which he has taken, fuse wire plus crucible. In the crucible we have taken a 0.8 grams of diesel, is going to fit tightly inside a BOMS box. That is our next steps. Next step what he is doing, what he has done. Then he is closing the assembly inside a BOMS box. So entire assembly is going to fit BOMS box plus entire assembly is fixed. Just observe how we are going to fit that entire assembly. You have to tight that next 20 to 25 pounds of oxygen is filled into the BOMS. Observe, he is taking out the 20 to 25, around 20 to 25 pounds of oxygen is filled in a BOMS box. You just observe how he is taking the oxygen, around 20 to 25 pounds of oxygen he is going to fill in a BOMS box. There is a BOMS box. It's filling the oxygen. cc of water. Is taking 1800 cc of water. He is going to keep inside the calorimeter. He is taking the calorimeter and fill the around 1800 cc of water is going to keep inside is going to pour inside a calorimeter, and also keep the entire assembly of BOMS box inside the calorimeter. Just you observe how is going to keep the calorimeter inside the bombs equipment, inside the box equipment. So after keeping the bombs inside the calorimeter, he is going to fix the Beckman thermometer. This is ready to switch. He is going to switch on the system in order to ignite the, in order to start the ignition. So this is up to here, whatever the arrangement they have made, that is a before ignition. Now in order to ignite the system, so it's going to switch on the then is keeping the bombs box inside the calorimeter or bombs equipment, and is going to also is going to keep the stirrer inside the bombs equipment, keeping the stirrer in order to balance the heat generated during the process. Is going to fix the stirrer by moving the up and down the stirrer, up and down the stirrer. The heat generated during the process can be balanced. You just observe how he is going to move the stirrer up and down, so that in order to balance the temperature. In order to balance the temperature, since we have taken oxygen plus diesel, not there is a process, combustion is going to take place. So ignition is going to take place to balance the heat generated within the bombs equipment. We are using a stirrer that is attached to the pulley by rotating the pulley. So we have connected a stirrer. So after that, we are going to fix the Beckman thermometer. So after this arrangement, we are going to keep the Beckman thermometer. We are going to fix the Beckman thermometer for into the bombs equipment. Just observe how he is going to fix the thermometer. Beckman thermometer. So the Beckman thermometer to measure the temperature. In order to measure the temperature, we are going to fix the Beckman thermometer into the bombs equipment. Before ignition, so this is the procedure what we have to do. This is the procedure how we are going to conduct in the first step. The 3 steps. First step is over. There is a before ignition. So these are the steps we are going to follow. After that, we have to note down the temperature. So accuracy should be maintained with the help of a temperature. So just keep on note down the. So we are going to balance the temperature. So system is we have to switch on the system. So entire process is over. So just we have to, after that we have to note down the temperature. So accuracy should be maintained 0.1. Accuracy should be maintained. So initial temperature is 25.9 is the initial temperature. The temperature is 27 degrees centigrade is the temperature. So you have to keep on take the reading, so that the maximum temperature for a 5 minutes. For a 5 minutes, we need to take the temperature until we get the that is the temperature of 30.05. So initial temperature is 27. So for every 30 seconds, we need to take the temperature. So for every, you just observe what I am telling is, before ignition, the study temperature. For every 30 seconds, we need to take the temperature. So temperature initially 27 degrees centigrade. We keep on change the, keep on 27.8. So for like that we have to take the rise. The temperature is going to rise. For every 30 seconds temperature is going to rise. You just watch that is a stopwatch, so that for every 30 seconds the temperature is. At the same time you need to observe the stopwatch, and also one of her friend or someone is there, means he has to take the note down the temperature. For every 30 seconds you just observe what is the temperature. You just observe the time using the stopwatch. At the same time you need to check the temperature. Just observe how the temperature is going to rise for every 30 seconds. You just keep on observe the temperature. At the same time you just look into the stopwatch. So this is how we are. Okay, now in the first step, before ignition, what we have done is we have maintained the steady state. The constant temperature has already reached. Next, simultaneously what we have to do is switch on the switch. We have to switch on, at the same time stopwatch. Both simultaneously we have to start, as well as stopwatch and a switch. Then you start observe the temperature. Like the thermometer, the temperature is goes on increasing. For every 30 seconds you just observe how the temperature is goes on increases. Okay. Next, switch off. So switch off this thing. Next you just observe the stopwatch. You keep on observe the stopwatch. For every 30 seconds the temperature is goes on increasing. So till where you have to take the temperature, or at times till 8 minutes is reached, it attain the steady state or a constant temperature. For example, it may reach at 29 minutes. For the next 30 seconds it has reached 30 seconds at the same temperature. So until the temperature comes to the constant temperature, you keep on stir. So stir, why we need to stir that is a with the help of a pulley we have to stir, because in order to equal distribution of a heat within the system, within the calorimeter, we need to stir the stirrer. We have to stir the stirrer in order to radiate. Temperature should be distributed equally inside the calorimeter. Okay. When the 30, this process should be continued till the 30 seconds is reached. Just observe the stopwatch. One person has to see the stopwatch to get a 30 seconds. At the same time another person has to note down the thermometer reading. So when you reach a constant or a steady temperature, so it goes on increasing. When it reaches the constant temperature, you just observe the thermometer. Keep on observe the thermometer. The temperature goes on increasing at some point of time, or else when it reaches the 8 minutes, it attains the constant or a steady temperature. For every 30 seconds it is going to maintain the same temperature. Till that you have to do the experiment. Just observe the thermometer and a stopwatch. When it reaches a 30 seconds, just stop stirring the calorimeter or a bombs equipment. You just observe the temperature. Around it reaches the 8 minutes, it attains the steady temperature or a constant temperature. That is nothing but of every 30 seconds when it reaches a steady temperature or a constant temperature. For every 30 seconds it is going to reach a constant temperature. Then you stop the stopwatch, but it is going on. It's not reach the constant temperature. Just keep on note down the temperature, observe the temperature as well as the stopwatch. At the same time, one has to stir the stirrer in order to radiate or an equal distribution of the heat within the bomb circuit. Just observe the temperature and the stopwatch. Just see how the temperature goes on increasing. Just observe the thermometer. The temperature is very high during that ignition stage, ignition process. So we are going to balance the type of a stirrer. Just observe how we are going to stir. The temperature should be equally distributed. It will take around 8 minutes. Just observe how the temperature is increases. Then it reaches the steady state, just slowly leaves on that stirrings. Just keep on observing. At the same time, you just look into the stopwatch and the thermometer. Both, you need to check both, because it has to reach a constant or a steady state temperature. So when it reaches a steady state, you stop using stirring the stirrer. Slowly you need to slow down the process of stirring. Just observe the temperature. I think it is reaches its steady state. So this is a second state is reached because we have reached the highest temperature or a maximum temperature. That we have reached the maximum or a constant temperature. For that it will take around 8 minutes to complete this process. To reach a maximum or a steady state, it reaches within 8 minutes it reaches the steady state. Slowly observe the thermometer. At the same time, just watch this stopwatch. In the middle, when it reaches the steady state, we stop stirring. It means it is the heat is equally distributed because it reaches a constant temperature or a steady temperature. Just checking all the diesel we have taken inside the crucible are burnt or not. We are checking the thing. We just observe the video. He is opening the bombs box to check the crucible whether it is completely burnt or not. We just observe how he is removing this bomb box. So I think you observed we have kept that crucible along with the diesel inside that box. He is removing that. You can see completely that is a burnt diesel is burnt inside with the oxygen. So empty crucible you can observe with a very small amount of residue. So from this we can observe what is the calorific value of a diesel. we should get the calorific value of a diesel. We should know, we can get a calorific value. We can come up with the two values, what is a higher calorific value and a lower calorific value. So calorific value is around 47,095 kilojoules per kg, that is a higher calorific value, and the lower is around 44,575.85 kilojoules per kg. So that is how we are going to conduct the Baum's calorimeter with the help of by taking the diesel as a fuel, liquid fuel. So with the help of any other fuel like that is a charcoal, and charcoal, with the help of a charcoal, for a charcoal also we can calculate the what is the calorific value. Thank you.